Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have the start of hurricane season, I guess, coming up very soon. And well, we have our first hurricane warnings of the season, and it's affecting the West Coast cruises out of LA and that area. Plus, we have Michael Bailey, the CEO of Royal Caribbean, coming on to talk about Pizzagate, or something along those lines. What's happening with Sorrento's Pizza? Are they going to start charging? So first off, we have Hurricane Hillery, which is sailing right now off the coast. It is expected to hit places like Cabo San Lucas, and it's supposed to hit LA, Los Angeles, all within the next 3 or 4 days. So, a few cruises are highly affected by this. Some of them will be sort of on the outskirts, and some of them will be in direct paths. So some of the ships that could be affected with heavy rainfall, heavy swells, and if the hurricane keeps going. It was a tropical storm until the 17th when it was upgraded to a hurricane, and it could keep picking up steam as it heads towards LA. Well, the Carnival Radiance, which departs today on the 18th, is expected to hit Ensenada, Mexico tomorrow, is among the cruises. It could face some of the storm as it starts curling in towards the coast. You might get some of the effects on that ship, so be warned as well. Also, Royal Caribbean's Navigator of the Seas, which will also depart from Los Angeles. Guess what? Heading to Ensenada on the 20th. It will probably also be affected by this storm. You can be prepared for gusty winds. Maybe the top decks end up closing because it gets too windy, and your ship may be a little more rocky than normal on these cruises. So always be prepared. Now, some of the cruises that are most affected like this could be the Carnival Panorama. It sets sails from Los Angeles on the 19th with 2 sea days right away. And yeah, it is probably going to hit swells around 20-22 feet, which could make the Carnival Panorama a pretty rocky ship going forward. We also have a big one, is the Emerald Princess. Now, it will be leaving on Los Angeles for a crossover through the Panama Canal to reposition in New York. Well, it's heading right into the storm to head towards the Panama Canal, and so it might be affected, and hopefully it's not delayed at its arrival time for the Panama Canal, because that could delay that cruise even longer. Cruise ships, all ships going through the Panama Canal have a time to arrive and get through. And if there's any shipping delays or any weather in the area that causes all this to back up, a lot of these ships can get, delayed going through or delayed arriving, and then they have to reschedule and everything. If you remember, on one of my Panama Canal cruises, we couldn't get through the dock, and we ended up having to wait 24 hours before we were allowed to go through. And at that, we were very lucky they got us a new window. Another ship was late. Otherwise, we would not have gotten through. So something to be aware of this weekend. It's the start. Hurricanes are happening. This time it's on the West Coast, but we will be starting to see some hurricanes starting to come towards us off in the East Coast and into the Caribbean and Jamaica and all of our favorite destinations as we hit into September and October. Fingers crossed it's not too severe this year, and I hope everybody on those ships I just mentioned, it's not as bad as they are possibly predicting it could be. The ships will keep you as far away from the danger as possible. That's not the issue. The issue will be a little bit of bad weather and possibly some really rocking ships back and forth. Now also, we had Michael Bailey come out and he discussed the survey. The infamous survey that went out and asked guests what they would, how would you feel if we started charging a nominal fee for Sorrento's Pizza? And the internet lost its mind, right? I've seen like 19 videos out there now. Everyone's covering the story. Hey, are they getting ready to charge for the free pizza on board? Because Princess just did it, right? And so this could be a trend going on, and people were saying, hey, is Royal Caribbean now following suit? And he came out and he said, look, no, this was a survey. We asked people. We have no plans right now at all to start charging for Sorrento's pizza. The pizza is still free on our Royal Caribbean ships and will be for the foreseeable future. And he said, he even shared the results. And the results were 80% were a flat no. Don't do it. Do not touch the free pizza. No surprise there. The real surprise was about 20% said, you know, they would consider still getting pizza if there was a nominal fee on board. Okay, yeah, I would consider getting a pizza one day as if I'm buying a meal. However, you know, it's like if I buy a specialty ice cream on board, I know I'm going to pay for it, so I'm buying it. And if I know I have to pay for a certain pizza and I pay for it, yeah, I would do it the odd time. But I think it was more the wording of the survey, you know, that might have done that. Either that or it's people staying in the Crown Loft Suite and they saying, you know what, I'm paying $20,000 for this cabin. What's $4 for a pizza slice? So yeah, the survey went out, and I think the part that was most telling, and could be a reason Princess didn't put out a survey like this, is because 25% actually said in the survey they would consider sailing on another cruise line if Royal Caribbean did that. Pizza lovers are pizza lovers, y'all. They are serious. Don't touch our free pizza. And that has been my biggest complaint to everybody, like to me personally, about the changes on Princess, is they're changing the free pizza from a restaurant that everyone loved and making it a charge on there. So I don't know. I wonder if there's going to be a real backlash now on Princess. If that's an actual number that Royal Caribbean passengers said, 25% said, you know what? You're going to start charging me? Maybe I'll go look at this cruise line, or maybe I'll go look at this cruise line. Because I'm sailing with my family of 4, and my kids love to have pizza, you know, 3 or 4 times on a cruise. And if I end up having to pay $40 to $60 every single time, that adds up to a lot of money for me extra on my cruise. And so yeah, I would think about going somewhere else. So Royal Caribbean, loyal to Royal fans out there, don't worry right now. Michael Bailey has come right out and said it, look, we're not going to do it. The survey told us not to do it. Our fan base told us not to do it. And a threat of losing 25% of your business over pizza, I think that's a pretty good reason not to do it. Well, let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Do you think, yeah, and I'm wondering now if Princess is double thinking their decision. We'll see. I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips and more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.